Hello there. So if you watch DeFranco's Philip DeFranco show, or you watch Boogie2988, you will now be aware, or if you watch anybody that has already covered this, you will now be aware that Logan Paul has come back with a video where he says that he is learning about suicide and about why what he did basically was wrong. After all the backlash that he's had, all the multiple videos that have been made about him having filmed that dead body and everything, and so he's basically now done a video that does include sentimental music that will pull at people's emotions, etc. Obviously this is something that he says is the beginning of some kind of series where he explores suicide. JackMaate has also made a video about this and as to whether or not he was being genuine in having made this video, having not seen either the original video in full that got him into trouble in the first place, or the video of him having people in it that are to do with him helping people that have been suicidal. I can't really, it's difficult to really speak on it. Openly laughing and joking in a video and openly showing a dead body, albeit parts of it blurred out in his original video, was all shades of wrong. We know this. He hopefully has now learnt this, but it doesn't necessarily come across that he is learning this, because he still obviously has to focus on saying I a lot and talking about himself a lot, and he doesn't really, from what I understand from having seen that Phil DeFranco covered it yesterday in his PDS, and that both Boogie2988 intends to say something about it at some point, and that JackMaate has covered it. Suicide, as I have said, is something that does actually mean something to me. I had my own attempt that I mentioned in a previous video a few years ago, and was sat for 5 hours with very little help really in my local hospital that I now live down the road from. Rather ironically, I forgot to mention at the time, not only did the ambulance driver apparently Google how many milligrams was a safe dose to take of the antidepressants that I took, but also the doctor that was taking my bloods said, oh, I'm having difficulty taking your bloods, all while I was trying to stay awake, because the trazodone has a sedative agent in it that helps you get to sleep. But as to whether or not Logan Paul means what he said in his new video, and whether or not he does actually regret having filmed a dead body and laughed and joked about it, the fact is that it wasn't just, as it turned out, it wasn't just him having filmed the dead body in near Kagara, I think it is, forest. It was this whole disrespect of Japan and the Japanese culture, running around how he did at one point in near Pokemon outfits, throwing Pokeballs at people and stuff. So even though he's focusing on what he did in regards to this guy having taken his own life in the forest and trying to apparently trying to learn from his mistake, he actually needs to do more than just show that he's learning from his mistake in showing a person that had taken their own life. He needs to show that he does actually genuinely respect other cultures. The amount of disrespect that he apparently showed to the Japanese culture and probably disrespect that he's shown to other cultures for places that he's been. Regardless of whether or not you're a YouTuber, if you go to another country, right, like at the moment, I'm about to be off to Bruges and Amsterdam and on a mini cruise. If I go there and I purposely disrespect the culture of the people of Holland and the people, like, if I disrespect people in Bruges and I disrespect people in Amsterdam on purpose, then I'm basically a douche, and I would have to make up for that. Same as when I've disrespected people here, or appeared to disrespect people here. Whether or not I intended to do it, I would still owe those people an apology. So it's not just about he went to Aokigahara Forest and made jokes and stuff. He needs to basically show that he's learned his lesson from everything that he did in Japan, the respect that he showed to Japanese people and to the temples and stuff that they have there. So it is a bigger deal than just, I need to make up for the fact that I showed a dead body in my video and in my video's thumbnail. He may not be responsible fully for the changes that have happened to YouTube that are now going to affect smaller YouTubers, but his actions have had consequences in that YouTube have had to change things again, and other things that have gone on, people dressing up as children's characters from Disney films and stuff and doing very inappropriate things. Basically this is having a huge effect on like the Logan Paul thing and the YouTubers, especially on kids YouTube, that are doing inappropriate behaviours. The whole inappropriate behaviour has had an effect on all of us as people that use YouTube. A lot of people are probably using other platforms as well now. Like if you're a gamer, you'll use Twitch and do things like that. A lot of people use you now to do live streams, which yes they do simulcast it to YouTube, which doesn't always work. My video that I did at the beginning of the year is still saying processing and not actually showing. So this is just basically a chat about Tim. I may have lost channels that have gone idle. I had Ezzy's Raw Edge, I had Magic Reviews, I had Travel with Buzzing Vlogs. All those three may shut down because they're inactive. I have to constantly make sure I'm trying to upload stuff, even to try and get the views that it's supposed to be 4,000 watch time in 12 months. Still 10,000 in like a lifetime of the channel, 1,000 subscribers, all this, and everything that's happened with Logan Paul and with the apocalypse and everything and all the changes, it's had a big massive effect. I mean, the fact that we're back to Logan Paul again and we're not even at the end of January yet, it's all just being a big mess that YouTube are trying, even if it was slightly delayed, to actually do something about now. So I hope that it all works out for us that are on YouTube, that are smaller YouTubers. I'm currently up to about 71 subscribers. That's obviously nowhere near enough to be on the YouTube partnership program. My watch time might be enough, but my subscribers and other things aren't up to scratch, so it's just a big thing. But it's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, you only need to have people watch for a certain amount of time on each video anyway for it to count towards your watch time, so it's not necessarily unachievable. But this Logan Paul thing obviously did help to have an impact in regards to the YouTube partnership program. and that, but these platforms do have to crack down if people mess up, and we have to be understanding of that. If you like these kind of chatty videos about what's going on, please give it a thumbs up. Please share, comment, like, subscribe, and I will see you again soon. Bye.